Hello everyone, it is Ellie Thumann, and today we're going to be waking up with me and ELLE.com. I have a very interesting morning routine because my life kind of looks different every single morning. I'm in a hotel and that seems to be kind of a pattern going on in my life, but I do try and keep a lot of the parts of my morning routine consistent no matter where I am, just because I think how I start my mornings really impacts my overall mood and how the day's gonna go. And I've learned to really love them despite not being a morning person at all. If I don't really have like a reason to get up early, I still try and get up at a decent hour just because it keeps me in kind of a good habit and routine. But the first thing I do is I always go on Pinterest, read a couple good quotes to get myself in a good headspace. It might sound a little cheesy, but I swear it does work once you do it for long enough. I also like to check my email, my texts, see what's on the agenda for that day, what's going on, because I never really seem to know. I also really enjoy journaling in the morning. No matter where I'm traveling to, these 3 heavy journals come with me. I have my self-discovery journal here that I use every morning with like a new prompt about yourself, mental health. I think it's really important for me to do that first thing. I have my kind of free writing journal here, which I can really write whatever with no really prompt to it. And that kind of just depends on the day of how I wake up, see what I'm feeling, tackle that in the moment. And then my favorite is my agenda. I'm a very structured person, maybe a little too much, but I love going in, seeing what's literally on the agenda for that specific day before anything. So I try and do that and then get in a really good headspace for the day. One of my favorite parts about coming and living basically at hotels at different times is trying to figure out how the different coffee machines work. I feel like they're all so different and so confusing. So this, I need to schedule like 30 minutes to figure it out. This one I've never used before, but we're gonna try and make a little coffee, get some water, see how that goes. Oh, definitely not doing this right. Now I wish I could say I'm a tea person in the morning because I've heard that in a lot of ways it's better for you, but I do tend to love my coffee. It just makes me happy, it wakes me up. One part of my morning routine that I also try and stay consistent with is taking vitamins and medicine. I have hair vitamins that I take because I noticed my hair kind of stopped growing once I dyed it blonde, and so finding ways to kind of help that and get the length back to it and make sure it's healthy is really important to me. Then I also just take a little probiotic every morning. Helps with everything. You may be wondering too what this scary green water is. It's chlorophyll water. It comes from plants and it helps with nails, skin, hair, all that kind of stuff. And also like digestion. So I try and take it with my coffee in the morning before I eat. I'm not very good at this, so let's try and get these down without panicking. So now that we've had some good me time this morning, it's time for the next best part, which is skincare and everything fun in the bathroom. So I'll meet you guys over there. All right, first thing first, I gotta get my hair up and out of my face because I have so much hair. First thing I do when I'm in the bathroom before skin, makeup, getting ready is I use this ice roller. It helps to depuff in the morning, really kind of wake me up. You get used to the initial shock. I normally just would like throw it in a bucket of ice or in the freezer. And then you begin to almost enjoy it instead of feel very uncomfortable with how cold it is on your skin first thing in the morning. But because I'm not a morning person, I think it also, alongside coffee, really helps to jump you right into the day. A product that I use every single morning is right here. I actually don't even know how to pronounce it. Epinosae Renewal Facial Cream. I've heard such great things about this. Actually, beginning in January, I decided to try it out because I feel like I used to kind of grab all sorts of different skin products, but then I realized that consistency, especially with makeup and skin for me, became really important, and my skin started to kind of trust the certain products I was using instead of throwing something new on it every single day like I used to. I've stuck with this and I put it on my face and all over my neck, and I've seen such a difference with dryness in my skin with breakouts and just really keeping it consistent. So it's a pretty heavy cream, the one I use. I know some people like something a little bit lighter, but for me, I do have dry skin, and with traveling and with all the different weather and time zones and everything, I just feel like a really thick cream that helps to make my face glowy and really kind of nourish in the morning. So I will just rub this in, give myself a little morning facial. It also smells so good. The other skin product I use here is the Pacifica Vegan Eye Cream. I tend to get some dark circles, especially with all the travel and everything. I've also just naturally always had kind of darkness under my eyes. This really helps to brighten them up, blend it on in. But those are really the only two main skin products I use in the morning before putting on any sort of natural makeup. I don't wear a lot of makeup on a day-to-day basis if I'm doing it myself. So this product right here is called the Super Goop Glow Screen, SPF 40. So it's basically sunscreen, but also works as like kind of a tinted moisturizer sunscreen. How something feels, honestly, to me is more important than sometimes how it looks, and the way that it makes my skin feel and how it lasts throughout the day is like why I just love it so much. And it's really what I use as a foundation. I don't use a traditional foundation. I literally use this and kind of treat it like it. The three products that I use and swear by every day are really special to me because they are my own products that I've come out with in collaboration with Buble. I have my priming and setting mist here that I use every single day, no matter how little or much makeup I'm wearing. So I'll first just do a little priming here. Really helps keep any makeup kind of on and consistent throughout the day, but it doesn't mattify my makeup, which I love. Kind of going alongside having dry skin, this really helps to make it look super glowy and dewy all day long. And then I go in with the multi-stick, which is like the perfect little sun-kissed shade that you can put on your eyelids, on your cheeks, on your lips. So for me, I normally will just put it on my cheeks and kind of go up rather than down. And then just literally blend it in with my fingers. You don't need any sort of like magic brush or anything crazy for this. I also like to put a little bit of it on my nose. I think that's kind of fun. The last product that I wear every single day, even if I'm not wearing anything else on my face, is the lip plumping oil here. That works as a gloss, a plumper, and a lip oil all in one. And then after I apply it a couple times, I'm gonna wait a few minutes and I will feel it plumping and also hydrating, and I love it. And this is literally all I do, basically for everyday makeup. I don't have too much I do with my hair. I have a couple products that I try and stick to alongside everything else with the consistency. We're just gonna take it down and see what we're working with today. I typically blow dry it after I wash it like 2 to 3 times a week. And then it's kind of left like this, but we're gonna fix this with a couple key products here. First up, my hair oil. I have very thick, dry hair, and I think with dyeing it too, it's definitely changed a lot of the texture and motion to it. Using this on the ends just really helps with any sort of like frizz on it, and just overall makes it look a lot shinier and healthier. So I will just throw this in kind of at the bottom. I've also done it where I've put way too much and then it just looks extremely greasy, so I try and monitor how much I actually use. From there, it's already kind of tamed it down a bit. The last thing I like to use as well is either a dry shampoo or texture spray. I use this Away one right here. I absolutely love this. It smells amazing, and I think it just adds some really good texture throughout all of my hair. Spray it in the roots, do a little shake. It smells so good. A little bit over here, a little shake. That is basically all I'm doing for the hair today. Sometimes I'll curl it, straighten it. It really does just depend, but today I'm feeling the more natural look with the hair. Another part of my day that I honestly love is picking out an outfit. Fashion has become something very fun for me and a way to really express myself. Even if that's in a hotel room, I love really setting intention with what I pack for where I'm going. My go-to, if it's just a normal day, is like a simple little top or a bodysuit. Those are super easy to throw on. A little bit of gold jewelry I'm always wearing. Well, now we are officially ready to take on the day. I do want to go head down and get some food. Feeling pretty hungry this morning. Gonna go have myself a good day. But thank you for waking up with me, and I will see you later. Bye.